There's no way that's real, right? That's huge.
This might be a big one. Yeah, here it is. That's a big one. Wow. Oh my God. I gotta get the hell out of here.
You right about that.
Is in my wrapped turkey.
This is a rat.
Y'all, I was cleaning out the garage and found this cake. 2018. Should I take a bite?
It's all. What the
It's a roach in my food. It's a
You never know what's in your food nowadays. You better off trying to grow it yourself and cook it and everything else yourself.
I just saw it shine. It's got ears.
He's smiling at me, and then he just vanishes.
Ha. Ha. My daughter's about to see its arm. Dude, that is not. Hi.
Hi. That cracks me up. It's smiling. That's so creepy. Look how it's white its teeth are. Yeah. And that's what's been reported, that they smile at you, or maybe they're snarling. This is incredible.
They smiling at you because they about to eat you. Did you fucking see that? This is probably AI, right?
That's a good catch, because I did not see that till you said something.
Yo, what is that?
Zoom in.
I am.
I wouldn't say the house.
They keep
Can you comment off your allegations of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein? No. Yeah, that was
But what if your favorite politician is in the Epstein files? I don't have a favorite politician, you weirdo. These are not Pokemon.
What she said, but also Bill has no shame because he's not getting caught, right?
What the is that? That sound like the dude. We going under. We is. Oh my God, they making a formation.
Cuz, what the is this, cuz?
We seen them drop out of a mother ship that just flew away, and these things
off, and now they're forming shapes.
Oh my God, we can watch the drop out of the ship.
We watched this.
Oh my God. Oh my God, what the is this?
It cuz. I can't make this up, cuz. Y'all share this right now.
I don't get it. Why are they hiding so much back in the day when I was a kid, but now it's like on display everywhere, and the government doesn't say anything about it?
I don't know what I. Oh my god, it stinks.
Hope that's not sewer water. Ugh.
You have to pay attention who's coming near your house. These two women get close to this house and you could tell they're looking for in a specific home. And look what she does next. She pours this white powder right in front of the house. What do you think they're doing there?
Maybe they're marking it for somebody to rob it?
This is Flight 12 experiencing moderate chop at 15,000.
12, roger, maintain present altitude, vectors around the heavy precip.
All the time, as well as...
I'd probably put that down if I was you.
Hey, it's your lucky day, twin. Yes, sir. Sight nice empty.
I'd probably put that down if I was you.
Was that pepper spray?
This girl was on her way to school when she noticed a suspicious car up ahead and saw 4 masked men getting out. She knew something was wrong, and instead of freezing, she turned and sprinted back. But it didn't stop there.
Good awareness from the child. Who knows what type of disgusting things they would do if they actually would have got in the house.
Turn right.
I'm not fucking with you today, Siri.
I'm not fucking with you either. Turn right.
I'm not turning right.
Recalculating.
Oh, I definitely love conspiracy, but I do believe in space. The part I don't believe is the bedtime story NASA keeps reading us about it, where we supposedly landed on the moon in the 60s, planted a flag, waved, and then just decided that was enough. The sheer amount of advancement in technology, and we still haven't made another trip to the moon in 60 years. Either we found something up there that we weren't supposed to, or someone told us to stay off their fucking property. So yeah, I believe in space, I just don't believe what the government tells us about space.
The first real humanoid robot just went on sale. It's made for the home. It'll do chores around the house. It will vacuum. It'll do the dishes, things like that. But my favorite thing about it is that if it doesn't know how to complete a task, it'll get a human to tap into the robot and control it manually to complete the job, which means that you get a random employee of this company possessing the body of this giant voodoo doll that lives inside your home, which is very special.
This is literally like having a maid just with extra steps. 99% of the things that was showed in the demo wasn't even the AI did itself. It was literally a person controlling it with a Meta Quest. So my question is, if you don't pay the bill on time, do it just go up to you and just grab you by your neck and be like, you didn't pay your bill, and then just start working or something?
All the time, as well as...
Okay, that was weird. What if the odd something just walks next to us?
Well, thank God
I will never understand the appeal of wanting to be in nature overnight in a tent. I can understand wanting to take a walk or something in nature, or even staying overnight in a cabin, but in a tent, I never understood that. I feel like you're just literally out in the open. That tent is not going to protect you at all.
Hey! Hey, are you okay?
Saya sedang sedih. Sad.
Hello? Oh my god! What the fuck is that?
Oh wait, that's real, right? That gotta be a glitch. They gotta do something about the simulation, man.
She was getting off her car one night when she sees this. A woman from North Carolina uploaded a horrifying footage from her front camera and side cameras of her property where this creepy, unidentified creature is seen running around her property.
That's definitely way too scary to be a human.
This long-limbed humanoid creature is seen crawling past camera view, jumping around and hiding between the trees. Whatever it is, clearly it's not human, just by looking at this thing's proportions. It looks like it may be some type of bear, but the way its feet look doesn't seem like it. The family explains that while they were pulling up to their driveway, the car's light shine onto this pale creature's skin. First, they thought it was just some large animal like a hairless bear wandering around their property, but after looking at the cameras, they uploaded the haunting footage, having no idea what was crawling around their home that night.
I'm sorry, this literally looked like something from like the late 90s CGI. This doesn't look real at all.
So what's the chip thing in the hand?
So anybody who scans their hand who comes in has an Amazon One account. And if they have an Amazon One account, it's going to whatever could be linked to their Amazon account profile. Whereas anybody who's inserting a card here is actually coming into the Hudson store, even though they're technically the same store.
And there's only, what, 4 in the United States?
There's only 4 Amazon Just Walk Out stores in just the United States. They've opened up a few new Go Fresh stores, so you can still use alternative payments there. But for Just Walk Out, Walk In technology, it's just the 4. One's going to be in New York, one's in Los Angeles, one's going to be in Chicago, and one's right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Fantastic. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Convenience at the price of you having no privacy and them watching your every move.
Every red dot is a unique IP address that is downloading and sharing child images and videos, and that's just the last 30 days in the state of New York.
Jesus.
Whoa. And
is the FBI arresting these people?
Well, do you see the blue dots? Those are the ones that are being investigated. So number 1 offender in this, biological fathers.
Let me show you the picture closer because I know it's kind of hard to see. All of those red dots are people downloading and sharing child pornography just in the past 30 days in the New York area. And only the blue dots, only a few of them are being investigated. This is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen, and I didn't really believe them. Like, there's no way. So I downloaded this app, Citizen. No, I'm not sponsored, but you can see people that are registered offenders just in your area. Registered offenders. So I looked around Los Angeles, and look how many there are. This is insane. I mean, how many of these people are we interacting with and just have no idea? And it's all over the world, all over the US. Check this out. Whether you're left or right, up or down, Israel or Palestine, I think we can all agree on this. This is a subject that does not get talked about enough. And maybe it's because the subject's a little hard to talk about. Maybe because it's embarrassing. Maybe the keywords on social media get censored so we don't see it as often. Maybe it's because some of the higher ups are involved. That's just a conspiracy. Who knows? But this is a big problem, and we need to raise more awareness about this because these numbers just made me sick to my stomach.
I think it's because the higher ups are involved in that as well. I personally think that when you move anywhere, you should always check this sex register so you just know. The first thing I did when I moved where I'm currently at, just so I know how many people are in my area. Maybe I'll remember their names and see their faces.
I'm gonna take her whole being with me from this experience. Will you marry me?
He is not having it.
Just also the coolest, nicest person ever. So that was really nice to work with someone like that. It's hard to find people who are super talented and incredible human beings.
See, women can be predators too, and usually the girl is like so nice and sweet and a little bit naive. Like she lets her guard down just because it's another woman, but no, girl, she's a predator too.
Yeah, it's more common than you think. When I was growing up, things like that happened to me, and I didn't really think much of it. So I got older, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
And he says, something really weird happened here yesterday, and you weren't here. He said, there's a couple guys in here looking for you. And I said, couple guys? What do you mean? And he said, well, this is really hard for me to say. He said, but there's a couple really strange looking men that were here. And they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you. And of course, now I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, they were, he goes, I don't know how to describe them except for extremely odd looking. They were really, really tall. He said, and they were identical height. They were the exact same height. They were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins. And he said they were wearing black suits, black trench coats. They were wearing like the old-fashioned fedora hat. They had extremely, extremely pale skin. And he said they came in and they looked around a little bit and they asked for you. And I said, I'm sorry, he's actually not working today. And it seemed like they didn't believe me, so they started to walk around the hotel, and shortly after they went to the tour desk, and he goes, I got busy, I started to have to bring cars around and get luggage, and by the time I came back, they were gone. But he goes, they freaked me out, and I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office, because I know how to work the security system, and I rewound the cameras, and sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how he described. Then, the next day, I was talking with my tour desk, and one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I need to tell you about something that happened. I heard that you heard that there were some men looking for you. And I said, yes. And she said, they asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. And I said, well, why were they scary? And she said, they had no facial hair. None. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked like they had a wig on, like it was attached to their hat, like it wasn't even real. And she said, and the scariest thing, their eyes were so big and so blue that they almost hypnotized me a little bit. And she goes, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I swear they knew what I was thinking. I swear. And I don't think I'm crazy, but I don't even know how they could do it, and I don't know why I'm even telling you this. So I started to think about things other than you, and I don't even know if it worked. And she started to cry, and she said one more thing before she left. She said, these men, they didn't blink. Not once did I see them blink.
Oh, the Men in Black are really real, like how this video talks about.
Yeah, they joked about it, but was it really a joke? Pay attention to this.
Dang, dude.
Look at all this talent. All this talent in one spot. There's Daniel Day-Lewis. There's Alan Arkin. There's Joaquin Phoenix. And you know what's interesting? All those actors I just named are part Jewish.
Oh, okay.
What about you? You got a Berg on the end of your name. Are you Jewish?
Am I Jewish? No, actually, I'm Catholic.
Wrong answer. Try again.
What?
Look, you want to work in this town, or don't you? That's interesting, Mark, because I am Jewish.
No, you're not.
I am. I was born Theodore Shapiro, and I would like to donate money to Israel and continue to work in Hollywood forever. Thank you. I am Jewish.
You're an
Yeah, well, we'll see who the it is when they give me my private plane at the next secret synagogue meeting.
Look, I'm not doing a sequel with you, okay? And the nominees for Best Sound Editing are...
When it comes down to it, y'all, we know who runs the world.
Look at this place, dude. Hello? Oh, this is the scariest place I've been to yet. Oh! So this is a massive asylum and has thousands of documented deaths. So I've heard. Great. Oh my goodness. Wow! Really? What was that? Did you hear that? Oh, wow. There's no way in hell I'm going down there by myself, man. So down here is where people have reported seeing a shape-shifting entity. There a shape-shifting entity down here? There's a button. Oh my gosh. 6, 7. Dude, I thought it heard a growling sound. Yo. Yeah, I'm out of this basement. I'm out.
It's funny because there's always the people that are like, it's like a joke or something that always happens to them first, right? The entity going to scare them for the rest of their life.
Mimic was trying to lure this man in by imitating his phone. Listen. He's the only one home and he has his phone in his hand. There's no other phones in the house. That creature, a mimic, was trying to lure him in by using a phone. This is the first time I've seen a mimic actually try to lure someone using technology by imitating the sound of his iPhone. They're definitely stepping their game up. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
It's a whole nother street. Chicago, what the is this? Can somebody explain to me what is this? The basement of a city? Yeah. The Chicago people, I need y'all to come to the front line because that was not a subway. It was given China. Guys, I did not know that Chicago has levels to this What a crazy world.
It make you wonder how many cities are under us. If you're enjoying the content, I make videos like this several times out of the week. It would be so cool if you hit the like button, the sub button, and join me on my next video.
¡Corra, guacho, corra! ¡Vas a hacer! ¡Corra, guacho, dale! ¡La casa, la casa! ¡Bajo el país, chaval, corra! Vamos a correr.
William, ven. William. Isso.
You guys seen anybody do the blood yet? The what? The blood? The blood? Did you guys see anybody do the blood yet? Not yet. Let's go. All right, let's go. Follow your lead. Did you say blood?
I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
What does that mean? 2 year?
It's aged 2 years.
Yeah, we'll call it age. That works. It's either conceived or born.
Oh, I see.
Is that wine? You can call it that. Sure. Please.
Please enjoy.
For those who think this doesn't go on, I want you to Google a company called Ambrosio, founded by Jesse Karmazin. Type that in. Let's just say this company was charging $8,000 per litre of a certain red substance, with the promise that it'll make the client younger. You can go and fact check that before you start going, it's not real.
It's almost like rich people run out of things to do. I guess they got so much money, $8,000 is nothing. So they wanted to drink disgusting things like that to hope that they get younger, or is it just rich people are just not good people and they just do really disgusting things? They did disgusting things to get where they are at in the position of power. Which one do you think? What type of head massage is that? That was like he just slapping his head over and over again.
Nah, this is insane. A whole city worker dumping Clorox in someone's food? That's wild behavior, bro. And this wasn't even a restaurant or a kitchen. This was a regular food vendor stand in Colorado, minding their business, trying to make a living. This lady woke up like she was really in a rush to ruin someone's day. What's even crazier is people online are not going overboard about this. Since when is bleach a part of the job description? Because every time I see city workers deal with food vendors, they usually pull up, grab trash bags, and throw the food away. Sometimes they'll give you a ticket. That's pretty much it. They don't run up with Clorox like they're trying to prepare a crime scene. Make that make sense. This is not normal, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like it is. And the wild part, videos like this don't go viral. I peeped it earlier, only had 200 views. Meanwhile, most of the random gets hundreds of millions of views. Nah, this type of video actually matters. This shows how some of these city workers really treat people.
City workers are some of the most miserable people I ever met in my life. I'm sure all not like that, but the majority of ones I've met are miserable.
I'm totally convinced witches are real after watching this. Humans should not be able to do this, y'all. How is that possible? He's showing you there's nothing attached to these sticks. These are defying gravity and the laws of physics. This is some insane witchcraft. This guy's either a really good street magician or he made some kind of pact with the devil and sold his soul to be able to do some of these things. This guy does insane levels of street magic, but it definitely goes beyond just regular card tricks and smaller scale type stuff. But you can go back and watch the video. He definitely didn't seem to have anything attached, no strings attached to these sticks. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
This viral video of what looks to be some sort of angelic or demonic being captured during a lightning strike. Well, I didn't think it was real at first, but my friend Ashley captured something in a storm last night in South Carolina that just may have changed my mind. But let's first look at this full clip if you've never seen it.
It's just wicked thunder and lightning.
Like I said, I didn't give that much credence until I saw this video last night, taken by a friend of mine. And there's something there, and the lightning's going right to it. And to me, I even see those same wings that were in that last video.
Your friend must be a really good video editor. because that is literally Kazuya from the Tekken franchise. That's his double form. He's the main villain in the Tekken series. That's literally from, I think, Tekken 7, maybe Tekken 8. Like, I'll put it on the screen. Like, that's literally Kazuya. Unless, like, Kazuya's real and he out here doing that, but I personally don't think he'd be wasting his time doing it.
Reality glitches caught on camera.
Put your foot under it.
Okay, so riddle me this. This cup broke in the dishwasher. This is the shard we found. Exhibit A. And the way that it is... No, put it in. It's rounded, so it's supposed to go like that, with the lip of the cup on top. And that's the way that it would fit, but that's the inverted part.
Okay, now that's crazy. I don't know how that would be possible.
Okay, so here's my sink. It is a touch sensor thing. And here's some strawberries. Nothing happens when I touch the box, but when I touch a strawberry,
Any video that's less than 10 seconds now, I just assume is AI. I'm thinking it's AI. What do you think? All I gotta say is if I heard some loud, weird sound like that and I'm in the middle of the ocean at night, I'm going inside my ship.
A chicken, and I started realizing, don't this look like a human foot? Or am I tripping right now, bro?
What the hell?
I look at it like this. If a bunch of people, like hundreds of people, made images of the exact same thing, then this thing gotta be real.
Did y'all see what Heidi Klum wore for Halloween? Y'all might think it's just a Halloween costume. I'm here to tell y'all, no, that's not the case. But what better way to promote something and make it look normal because it's Halloween? Out of all things, she was like, let me go all out on a Medusa reptilian thing. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. I'm telling y'all, they be playing right in our face.
Heidi Klum is known to wear very interesting costumes during Halloween, but I think that is too crazy. That looks too real, right? This is one of my biggest fears. I go out to public eat something and I see a TikToker or something doing some crazy stuff like this, literally just being a fool. But hey, clout is a dangerous addiction. Literally ruin your whole meal.
Bro, I'm tripping right now because like I was just trying to trim some of the fat off my chicken, and I started realizing, don't this look like a human foot, or am I tripping right now, bro?
It do look like a human foot, but I doubt that's a human foot, right?
What the fuck is going on with her neck?
And author of that targeting list was Special Agent Walter Giardino. He's the same weaponized.
Someone has proved that Chick-fil-A was never spelled C-H-I-C. This seems like a legit piece of merchandise from 2002 of a Chick-fil-A cow. And it's spelled C-H-I-C-K. This might actually be the proof we need. To all of the Mandela effect naysayers, I think timelines do shift, and sometimes we're being gaslighted into believing that they don't. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
I didn't start eating Chick-fil-A until about a decade ago, so I'm not really sure, but let me know in the comments. Did it end with a C or did it end with a K? One of the reasons why I don't mess with dolls or mannequins, man, I swear they got souls or something to them. They just move randomly. You know, some people believe that mannequins are actually people, like they're not fake, they're actually real people that got turned into that.
The video you just saw shows fans who seem to end up possessed in the middle of a concert. And according to the spectators who filmed it, no one even noticed. All of this happened a few months ago. From the start, no one understood why an inverted cross had been placed at the center of the stage. The rapper was even using voices that sounded strangely demonic. We have proof that several women left the concert because they felt something was wrong.
I don't know if y'all hear that. That mess behind me that I'm leaving. Something is not right with that. Jesus. In Jesus' name. I'm walking up and down through this Rolling Loud concert crying, clutching my pearls because that sounds like some mess.
There are more and more strange things happening in America right now. The music industry in the United States is turning the wrong way right before our eyes. The most shocking moment was at The Weeknd's concert. A forbidden word flashed discreetly on a giant screen as if it wanted to take something from the crowd. Watching some videos from that day, fans looked possessed. There was even another concert by an artist whose name I cannot mention here, but watching it makes clear the fans were no longer acting normally. Were they possessed because of the music, or was something else hidden during that concert? Many spectators claim that frightening unknown voices were coming from the artist's mouth. It is not normal to see this kind of thing during a show. It is not normal that scenes like the one I showed you have become more and more frequent these past years.
If you're enjoying content like this, I make several videos out of the week. It would be so cool if you hit the sub button and join me on my next video.
You really need to be careful if you plan on going to one of these concerts.
What did they do to Ethan Guo, y'all? Have anybody noticed? He's been hella quiet, like he disappeared. We all know what happened when he flew over Antarctica. They say he was arrested. They detained this man for months. Then it was reports that came out saying he wasn't doing too good. Then all of a sudden, it was a report saying they were going to let him go. Then they said they let him go. But since then, no one has heard from him. This was his last post on TikTok. 6/23. This was his last post on IG, June 23rd. Y'all, this man was posting frequently, and now it's all gone. Nobody heard nothing. What if something happened to this man, y'all? Have y'all heard anything about it? Let me know down below in the comment.
At best, he got spooked out. At worst, something happened to him and they made him disappear.
Y'all really believe that magic is a show, do you? You got a lot to learn. I'll be right back. He's eating real nails. watch how a nail's gonna come out of his nose. He does this on the street in front of people. And I'm about to show you more in a second. So people think that this is like special effects and theatrics. What if I told you that contracts with demons go back to the very beginning? Don't believe me? Well, what is this? It was commonly known in the medieval ages that these people would enter into a contract with demons. The demons who then agree to be their slave as long as they live. But the catch is, when they inevitably die, and they will, the magician himself becomes slave to the very demon he made a contract with, making the demon their master. Eternally, forever. There are even many books on the subject. And this
Not David though, man. He was one of my favorites growing up. That can't be true, right? He wouldn't make a pact with a demon, right? His magic is crazy though.
They would call it cheese pizza and use all kinds of different phrases for it. I thought it was a slam dunk. I thought these people were going to jail. I thought that maybe I solved something that the FBI or somebody was working on for a long time. And I instantly went to the exploited children tip line and I submitted saying who the owner of the website was, that I had access to all the data, and that they were welcome to have it, basically. Then I talked to a ton of reporters, and all of them were super excited to talk to me. Once it got back from legal, they weren't allowed to report on it.
They say Ryan Montgomery is the world's #1 hacker, so if anyone knows how to navigate themselves around the dark web, it's him. Isn't it funny that even on the dark web they're using these code words, if you know what I mean? Which tells me when you see your favourite celebrities using these same code words, then we're on to something. He's took the information and the evidence or whatever he's found, he's gone to the press are getting all excited about it, and then clearly someone's pulled the plug on it.
We need to talk about Erica Kirk's eyes. Not just the color, but the movement.
His true barometer was when he would feel that spiritual warfare. And I watched him pour every ounce of himself into the students.
In case you missed it,
into the students.
She has always had that snake eye look. It's almost like when she's talking to the audience, she's like trying to get you to say yes, you know what I mean? But I don't know, but recently it's been getting worse and worse, and that was from last night's Fox News had some sort of like award thing, gave her an award, and I think I just saw that they gave Melania Trump the Patriot Award too. I'm gonna have to look into that one, but yeah, her eyes are, is it evil? Like, it's creepy, right? Or is it just me? And I know you guys are gonna come at me and be like, she just lost her husband, what the F is wrong with you? But it's something about it is just so creepy.
They say people grieve in different ways. And in my opinion, you know, people handle it differently. I've been through something like that before. You know, when I was younger, I lost a girlfriend who I was with for 7 years. So I did weird stuff. I mean, I left the country and did a bunch of stuff I probably don't even remember because I was just grieving. But in her scenario, the way she just acted just seemed very odd. Like, I wouldn't say she don't care that he's gone, because that would be very, like, rude. I'm not going to go that extreme. But it's like she just kind of went on with her life pretty fast. Regardless, I still think that situation is very weird.
The video you just watched was her last appearance before she was found dead at home. A lot of people don't know this, but Whitney Houston did not die naturally. She didn't just accidentally drown like the official story says. She was used as a sacrifice. People who saw the scene said that on the night of February 11th, 2012, she was found in the bathtub of room 434 at the Beverly Hilton, and they insisted it didn't look like a normal accident at all. The room was dark, candles had melted on the carpet in a circle like an old symbol. On the wall across, a mirror was covered with a black cloth. What's even stranger is that a few hours before she died, staff heard her screaming in the hallway. She said,
"They are here. They want to take my voice."
Other employees also claimed they heard a second, deeper voice in the bathroom, like someone whispering. What makes it even creepier is that 2 years later, the nightmare happened again. Her daughter, Bobby Christina, was also found unconscious in the bathtub. The scene was almost identical. A A few months later, she died just like her mother. There's a terrifying video that shows both scenes clearly to prove this was all staged. If you want to see it, hit share, tap more, and open it in your browser.
What are the odds of both of them going out the same way? I don't know if that's true because I didn't even know she had a daughter. But she was one of my favorite singers when I was a kid. I used to love her voice in the movie. I think it was called Bodyguard. Yeah, that was one of the first times I've seen her. To me, we haven't got a voice as good as hers since then. Some people would try to say Beyonce, but I don't agree with that. Beyonce is a good performer, you know, if you don't include all the weird ritual stuff she do.
I opened the box, and this is in it. And it has some very KKK's cross. Fucking... This was in my box of Velveeta.
So I'll admit, when I first saw that video, I took it with a grain of salt. But upon doing some further research, this is something that's happening very frequently. So all across Pennsylvania for the past few months, people have been finding these bizarre, cryptic, conspiracy-laden notes packaged with their food or other home good items. Someone found one of these notes in a Velveeta box. The person at the beginning found theirs in a Velveeta box. And they've been found in dog food containers, pasta, cake mix, candy, and cookies. Whoever's putting these notes in these boxes has access to a lot of food. Now, obviously, whatever this person is putting on these notes is coded in some way. I haven't really found anybody that's been able to decipher what this note actually means, but it's incredibly offensive and incredibly bizarre, making references to a number of disturbing topics. It really is a mystery. Who has access to this much food? Who's bringing these notes in and who's putting them in boxes? Obviously, whatever this person has tried to do by spreading this message has worked because their message is now blasted all over social media, whatever that message is. But I really hope that they can find...
I recently came across this book. I was out in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. This book is from 1777. The name of this book is right here.
A book from 1777 proves Tartaria was real. Let's see what's writing in this book.
It's the Universal Geographical Grammar. I'm just going to give a quick preview of this because there's things in here like, so here's the opening map. Here's the opening map of the world. And hold on. Right here, Eastern Tartary. And right here is Western Tartary. And there's China. And what we'll get into farther back is going to be Chinese Tartary also. This is the doctrine of the sphere. Here is the artificial sphere. Because the world was coming from being flat and going into being a globe. Right here you've got the doctrine of the globe.
Do you agree with this theory? Let me know in comment section.
They say history is written by the winners, so obviously the Tartarians lost. There's been plenty of maps I've seen on some of the rabbit holes I've been going down in my personal time that shows that it was like pretty much Asia and other parts. I mean, it's maps I've seen that got different continents that don't even exist anymore. Maybe it never existed. I don't know, because you never know nowadays if something is authentic or fake. But there's so many things that goes on this planet that we're just not aware of that happened thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago even, that we'll just never know, because like I said, history is written by the winners.
Nobody can rightfully say whether this is real or AI generated anymore. It's a video of these shapeshifters changing and shifting on stage like for a performance, passing it off as some sort of illusionist performance, but there's actually something a lot darker happening here. Allegedly filmed in the 90s, hence the video quality, and before AI generated videos were a thing. But obviously AI can intentionally generate videos to look blurry, grainy, and like they were filmed in the 90s. We genuinely don't know what's real and what's AI generated anymore. And this is sparking some huge debates online. People saying these shapeshifters were performing some sort of ritual for the elites, and others that it's definitely 100% AI. Grok AI on X couldn't seem to make up its mind, telling us it's authentic 90s footage one moment, and oh, never mind, it's actually AI generated the next. So I took matters into my own hands and popped this video into an online AI video detector, which told us it's 99.85% not AI generated, so it's real. And then it told us it's 99.83% AI generated when I ran it again. It also doesn't seem to be able to make up its mind. This is actually very concerning. If AI video detectors can no longer tell us what's real and what's AI generated, we can't prove anything anymore. AI videos are going to be thought to be real, and real videos are going to be thought to be AI. Nothing is real anymore. You can take a video of the most incredible, mind-blowing thing you've ever seen, and no one will ever believe you.
It's all by design, brother.
This is why you always trust your pet's instincts. A horrifying video was taken by a young boy from Thailand. While playing in the living room one morning, he notices the SpongeBob balloon started acting strange, as if it wanted to be followed. The boy then records with his tablet and follows the balloon. What's captured next is horrifying. Slowly makes its way toward the darker end of the hallway. Then it turns towards him. We can see the dog is visibly concerned, as it's later seen jumping and barking, then staring at the balloon. The boy goes towards it as the video abruptly ends, and that's all we know since the kid hasn't posted any updates. Now, it's not uncommon for deflated party balloons to float around and feel like they're being possessed. But what's interesting in this case is the dog acted very aggressive towards the balloon, making the whole situation much more creepy. So, is it a coincidence or something paranormal? What do you believe?
Yo, what the just happened? Yeah, I saw that. Yo, look, we're gonna watch it over and over. Look at that. Yo, that's crazy. I mean, there is a chance that this could be AI, but I doubt it. This was caught from like some security cameras, supposedly. See that? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you can see the little sparks, you know, in the back of it in the end when it comes, and then the fact that it just makes a U-turn off camera, and then you see it come back around, right? What do y'all feel about this? Wow. I mean, whoa. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. I know there's a possibility of this being AI, but if it's not, then this is crazy. I know some things could be AI, but I'm not gonna like post nothing, right? Because everything got the potential to be AI, so I'm not gonna post nothing, right? Imagine if, you know, I wanted to post myself talking, but you know, people might think it's AI, so I just, right, can't even post myself because people can, you know, that's crazy. If I feel like something has a chance of it being AI, but it's a chance that is real, I'm still gonna post it. If it looks obvious that is AI, then of course I'm not going to post it. I try to vet these things as well as I could. But what y'all feel about this? What y'all think about this? Let me know.
I agree with you saying if it's a possibility it could be real, then yes, post it. That's what I do. But to me, I'm very skeptical of this video. And the main reason is because the trees, they don't move at all. Even the slightest wind will make leaves move. The lighting one is pretty impressive. It is fake, but the crazy thing is there was several people in the comments saying that this happened to them in their neighborhood, so it could be real.
He aims the camera up at the sky and catches this phenomenon. Look at the hexagons in the sky. Some kind of grid or screen, or what is that? What is going on right now? What the? Don't see the honeycomb? He aims the camera up at the sky and catches this phenomenon. Look at the hexagons in the sky. Some kind of grid or screen, or what is that? What is going on right now? What the? Don't see the honeycomb? He aims the camera up at the sky and catches this phenomenon. Look at the hexagons in the sky. Some kind of grid or screen, or what is that? What is going on right now? What the? You don't see the honeycomb? He aims the camera up at the sky and catches this phenomenon. Look at the hexagons in the sky. Some kind of grid or screen, or what is that?
What is going on right now? What the? You don't see the honeycomb?
It's the out of bounds area. You can't go past that if this is a simulation. Or it could be a barrier. You know, some movies have like magic spells that look like that in anime. I don't know what that could be.
But y'all will be the first ones to say ghosts and spirits ain't real. But what the is this? Look at this. Look at this right here.
I'm looking at me through that window.
I need you to pay attention to everything in this video. Because you might miss it.
Be a little.
You ain't see it?
Delusional.
Not the window.
But I think
But the wall. So this girl was babysitting for a friend, and she noticed that peeking out at her. But I know a lot of y'all gonna act like y'all ain't see it. So I screenshotted this for you. Look at this. I want you to take another look and tell me what you see. In the video, when the kid starts to move closer, that right there moves out the way. Do you see that right there? And for those of y'all in the back that don't believe, look at that right there. Tell me what that is. When I was looking at the video, I'm saying to myself, I don't see nothing. I didn't until I slowed it down. And if you look back in that video, that same right there moved out the way when the kid moved. You don't believe me, right? Okay, give me a sec. Now look.
I think I see something looking at me through that
window. Peeked his head out, and when that kid got up, that hurried up and got out the way. Look.
Be a little.
And this is the same reason right here why I do not like going over other people's houses. And this is the reason right here why I do not like people to come over my house. That babysitting money, they could have kept that. Pay attention. They are out here. They are out here. I'm out.
This photo was taken at a boxing event a couple of years ago by the mother of my friend who's fighting, and she posted a couple of pictures of the night on Facebook, to which everyone kept asking who the girl is in the ring. I was at the event and never recall seeing her, and neither could anyone else. So we looked into this a bit more, and we found out that years before the venue used to be a children's home and got burnt down. And my mate seems to think that they look like burn marks on her arm. What do y'all think? Everyone thought yes.
Oh no, that's not right.
That's not right. That's not right. For all the people that are like, that's just a girl in the ring, no one can remember seeing her.
And that is a person that you would remember.
You would remember seeing a skulking, creepy girl walking around the ring.
But picture it like a gas tank meter. When you are a fresh entity, you're on full. And when you start to do things like you become full-bodied apparitions, you interact, you move things, whatever, what have you, and they're expending energy, that gas tank ticks down. But a lot of times the freshest entities are the most solid in that way. So this, at least for me, this feels like an entity that died very recently.
I'm beginning to think it's not human.
Really?
And I think it is imitating someone who died from fire. And again, wild conjecture. There's no sensationalization there.
Exactly.
The face, the eyes look a little too large and dark.
And the mouth is like non-existent.
Is hardly existent. And we talk about this a lot when entities parade as humans, they don't always get it right. There's certain aspects of it that just aren't completely right. Like the hair is not quite right.
How they get down. They call it gravy.
If you do get hurt, well, that's just gravy.
Now, everybody, other people may know you from Gravy and your music career. Has this sparked the acting bug? Are we gonna see you in a lot more roles following this?
Yeah, definitely. This is my newfound love. Music is my passion, and acting. I'm definitely getting ready to jump into it.
Okay.
That's a Hollywood slogan for people who just got popped in behind. Well, how did it go, man? How's your career going? Oh, I can tell you right now, baby, everything's gravy. There's been a lot of people that's got their letters on the fly, and they read all the literature. They have them in a nice little room or a sweet hotel. It's real elegant. They do it really nice, and they let you read that letter, and they tell you what you think. I ain't got no problem with this. Okay, sign right here. Now, that's the beginning of the rituals of everything that's to come for you. All the doors going to open for you. All the doors are opening. He ain't ready for what they're going to hit him with. We want you to meet some friends, okay? Now, I want you to take it personal, because we know that you're about your business and you know how to make that dollar. It's all business. Don't take it personal when you see what's up, right? They take them in this room, and there be 3-4 dudes on another guy, and he may know that dude in the business. They say, what you're about to see, nobody else know. This is part of the rituals. You are not to speak about this. You seeing these dudes, transsexual, transgender, and they all like lapping this one cat, right? That's the first test to see if you're going to buck. Why I'm telling you that? Because that's the first thing they did to Cat. They took Cat to all these private parties. Cat couldn't believe what he was seeing. Cat rebelled. Usually before they want to take you to the next level, they say, let's see what he's going to think when we take him here.
You know, when I first heard the term gravy, I'm thinking of slang. But considering all the things we have learned about Hollywood and record labels over the past 3 years, could be true. I mean, think about it. You had Harvey Weinstein, I think is his name. You had, was it Clive Davis, P. Diddy, the people that owned the Golden Globes, the people that owned the Golden Globes, that guy apparently essayed the guy from The Mummy, and I was wondering why he was gone for 20 plus years, because he got blacklisted because he didn't want to be part of it. And then once the guy made a book about it, saying what actually would happen from his side of the story, that's when the Golden Globes disassembled and got like new people under it or whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised. It's some very disgusting people in Hollywood. And you know the beautiful thing about all this, and us exposing these people, you know, putting the people out for tens of thousands of people to see, is that people are starting to worship celebrities less. And it's amazing. I love it, because they're nobodies. Why do you care about what they do outside of the music and the movies they make? I can give a crap less what they do.
Empecé a ver una cara en las rocas, pero lo más importante es que adentro de las caras aprecio ver dos piernitas, que no sé si lo logran ver. No sé si logran ver ahí adentro de ese ojo. Veo a dos piernitas, parecieran... A ver si se puede apreciar ahí. Empecé a ver una cara en las rocas, pero lo más importante es que adentro de las caras aprecio ver dos piernitas, que no sé si lo logran ver. No sé si logran ver ahí adentro de ese ojo. Veo a dos piernitas, parecieran... A ver si se puede apreciar ahí.
Follow me for your dose of nightmare fuel.
No tengo miedo absoluto. Te pido que te manifiestes. No seas mamón, güey. Allá, acá. Fue acá abajo, como... Acá abajo, güey. No mames. Alguien corrió, güey. ¿Escuchaste? No mames. Dime qué es lo que quieres, niño. Vete a la chingada. ¿Qué chingados?
What's up? My back.
Biggest thing on the news right now, also a recession indicator. The Starbucks Barista Cup. What? Oh, this is the new Labubu, fam. Oh, you don't know. So Starbucks just came out with like it's like, you know, like the honey bear. Yeah. So it's like that, except it's a bear with a Starbucks like hat on it and the straw that goes out like this. Okay. So this is my theory. This is a whole social experiment that Starbucks did just to expose like this whole recession, because all we can look forward to is this $30 luxury cup. Fam, just today, mans were elbowing people in line for it. Wow. They were arguing. They were literally sending threats to Starbucks because the workers got first dibs and they were lining up for 5 hours.
Sneakers, bro.
Fam, sneakers just for this bare cup.
Yeah.
You can get this cup on Amazon without the Starbucks branding on Amazon for $15.
It is this recession.
But why does everyone want it? Because it's limited. It looks like luxury. Oh, I have it. This is a collection.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is just a big like social experiment.
Yo, because what's gonna happen because the Labubu almost platform, or I guess idea is proven? They're just gonna start remixing that.
Is this scenario actually happening in real time? Is this how they're using predictive programming? Because you literally cannot make this stuff up. During a time when millions of Americans are losing their SNAP benefits, and let's face it, we're all financially struggling, Mariah Carey and the upper class decided to post out this commercial. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to post it here in just a second, but listen very closely to what the elf says, and then I'm going to post a video of what I saw on my FYP right after.
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy. That's my blush, elf boy. Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
So my guess is the elves represent the peasants, and the peasants are sick of greedy corporations and overworking only to be broke, and now they're stealing. Is that what I'm seeing here? Is everybody on board with the symbolism? And then Mariah Carey, of course, represents herself, the rich, the big corporations who want you to be a part of all this consumerism to make them richer. And you know what they said? The peasants. They turned him into a spineless snowman and made him work anyway. And then I stumbled across this video of an employee from one of these big corporations saying exactly what the elf was saying in that Sephora commercial.
In light of everything that is happening right now, the craziest thing to me would be my franchise sending out letters for all of our employees to sign saying that their employee meal can't go over $7.
I cut it off because she went off for a second. I don't blame her, but I don't want to be censored. However, what she is saying right here is that Taco Bell is having their employees sign a waiver saying that their employee meals can't go over $7 when a simple chicken quesadilla costs $8.
Ridiculous. Not only do you not pay people, but most of the people that work for your stores are on SNAP benefits. Is telling you, oh, you also can't eat here because we know that you're going to take advantage of the food source that we have here because the government isn't giving you your SNAP benefits.
Do you see what they are doing? They're pushing everybody into a corner. They are taking and taking and taking while working us like dogs and expecting us to celebrate every pagan holiday they put in front of us. So people, you have a choice, but I'm not sure it's going to be a choice too much longer if you get what I'm saying. You going to let them turn you into a spineless snowman, or you're going to stand up for yourselves? It's getting old.
A battle that is old as time, rich versus poor people. It reminds me of the movie, I think it was Bugs or Ants, when the grasshopper said, we can't let the ants figure out they beat us 10-1. Same with us. Most people are too concerned about their daily life, which makes a lot of sense because you barely have enough money to get by. You're worrying about some type of revolution or anything like that. You're just trying to take care of you and your family. So we'll see the numbers at the end of the year, how many people are spending on Christmas. I know for one, I won't be spending that much money this year.
Right, here we are having a closer look at the werewolf in the barn. Now, a lot of people are saying this is obviously AI and computer generated, which, yeah, it could be. It could be. It's a very good attempt at it, because AI has trouble with things like this. You look where my mouse is pointing. The griddles of the chicken wire, or whatever you want to call it, are still visible. Also, AI has a problem with fingers and hands. His teeth are perfect there. Now, people are saying, why are these sheep not doing a runner, escaping? They feel safe because they've got a livestock guardian with them. There's actually another sheep outside where people think it's another dog, but it's not. You look closely to see. But the thing is, what I want to show you is this. And if you look, that's zoomed in. If you look, just as the creature jumps off, you'll notice another dog. There's two dogs. I'm going to play this for you a bit longer, There's the muzzle of the second dog. There's the first dog. Can you see him? That's the second dog coming into shot. As the creature jumps over the top. And there you go, you can see its other face just here. So a lot of people have been saying a German Shepherd taking on something like a werewolf, but there's two of them. There's two of them there, and anyone who's ever had a run-in with a German Shepherd knows that one could easily you if it wanted to. So that's one thing all of a sudden.
Might seem kind of gruesome, and it kind of is. I'm going to give you a little background of what got me to this position to run this bill. Back in 2019, I heard that Washington State was starting to do human composting, and that disturbed me. I wanted to address this because what I didn't want to see is bags of compost with human bone fragments. I want to stop it getting into the human food supply. I was on a plane this summer, watched a video of some food show, and the three contestants tasted the food and they had to guess what was in it. It was some kind of a sausage, and one of the options they told these people that was in the food was human flesh.
Can you tell us the 3 secret ingredients that might be found in this amazing sausage that you made for us today?
The 3 secret ingredients that might be found in this sausage are fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
Are those really the 3 ingredients?
Yeah.
Absolutely foul. Like, it make you just not even want to eat meat, and definitely don't want to eat processed food like sausages, because you really don't know what was in it. And also, considering how people talk about how many humans are on this planet, maybe they on to something. They say that they use deceased people as food. Hopefully that don't get me in trouble on YouTube. I'm just explaining what I saw on the video YouTube.
So Pokemon Go actually was a CIA psyop, and they kind of just admitted it. Niantic, the company behind the game, announced that they've been spying on everyone playing it the entire time, using user data to build the most realistic 3D map of the world that could even put Google Maps to shame. Because whenever they wanted pics, videos, or any sort of data for a specific location, instead of paying expensive geo-navigators to map it out like Google does, they would just put a rare Pokemon there, and thousands of people would do it for free. As a matter of fact, some people would even pay Niantic through in-game purchases to do their data collecting work for them, like paying a company to work for them. And they all agree to it in their terms of service, which no one ever reads but always accepts. All to train an AI model on one of the largest geospatial maps for navigation ever, and this is how the CIA was actually behind it all. So, Niantic released this official report, stating that they were using their games to build something called an LGM, Large Geospatial Model. And just like generative AI like ChatGPT uses enormous systems of info called large language models, LLMs, to train AI how to generate answers, this is sort of the same thing, except with geographic data instead of just text, tricking millions of people to map out every detail of the physical world using their phones, which is a monstrous amount of data, all while being tracked by their phone's GPS. Similar to how Google Maps collects data using their Google vans, except they spend millions of dollars doing it. Niantic instead turned it into a game, convincing millions of people to do it for free, or even pay them to do their work for them. And I think we can all remember.
People still play Pokemon Go? Genius, really, to get people to do it for free. Pretty messed up, though.
I'm not letting anyone on God's green earth try to gaslight me into thinking that these are natural aurora lights. I'm just not. People in my comment section saying, go back to high school, research something for once. You guys have fun reading the textbook that Ghislaine Maxwell's father wrote for you, okay? Have fun researching other researchers. Basically, all you're doing is regurgitating information from somebody else. You never touched it, sniffed it, felt it, nothing. But moving on. One of the biggest things that I noticed about these aurora lights that we've been spotting is they look nothing like the aurora spots that are regularly sighted in places like Alaska. Can you spot the difference? Can you tell me how on every single one of these pictures there are swirls and lines?
Overnight, brilliant shades of red, green, and purple painted the sky from San Francisco Bay to farmland in Wisconsin. Here's a pilot's view over Chicago.
Now compare those aurora lights to the aurora lights that people see on a regular basis in Alaska. Totally different. The aurora lights we're seeing, do you see how different they are? Almost boring compared to these aurora lights, where there's swirls, multiple colors, lines in the sky. This isn't anything like the ones that we're seeing today.
They want you to look up. We now have celebrities telling us that the sun is not normal all of a sudden. Videos starting to go viral again of crazy noises in the sky. And then remember what Tucker just did? Yeah, Amazon now has a special on it and the news is talking about it. Remember right when Tucker posted that video about those things, I was like, why they want us paying attention to the sky? And also not relevant at all, it's time for nice blue skies. Why? So first, this was posted by Grant Cardone's brother. Big money, you know. Check it out.
If you think this is normal, then, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I can't even look close to the sun. Unbelievable. This is not magnified any. You want to see magnified? There you go.
Now just watch as the billions of people who called us crazy are now telling us there's something wrong in the sky with the sun. And right after Tucker Carlson did his video on this, like clockwork, we have the news covering it and Amazon making movies about it. Are you serious? Yeah, put your thinking cap on for 1 second. You know how long it takes to make a documentary? Of course, completely unrelated from Tucker. I mean, wow, the coincidence on how they both did that at the same exact time, right? I truly wonder what they want us paying attention to in the sky. By the way, completely irrelevant, we have this Dr. Abby coming out constantly on the news saying that this thing is absolutely an alien spaceship through Atlas. Members of Congress saying the same thing, and now the terrified Florida residents because the crazy banging in the sky.
So we all just got woken up to some disturbing sound all through the whole area. I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it.
That's wild, right? Oh, completely irrelevant. You remember all the solar storms that we just had? It's crazy how so many people will not believe something until the news says it.
It's nothing but pre-programming. That's why the documentary came out at the perfect time.
This is actually insane. Italian authorities are now investigating a claim that rich foreigners paid to shoot civilians on conspiracy, because Italian prosecutors have now taken these claims so seriously that they've launched an official probe, and authorities are investigating several potential culprits in the country.
Wasn't it a book about this? I swear I read a book about this as a kid. It was on an island. One person was running away from some rich person and they was being hunted. So it's not surprising that rich people do something as disgusting as that.
Putting a human being into a low vibrational state by creating a circumstance in their life that puts them into a depressive state would then give off an energy that they like, because they like the sadness, fear, trauma, and especially tears. So somebody, with their head in their hands crying is, the energy is called Loosh, Loosh, and it's very, very high powered energy. So for them, very, very, very. So they would somehow calculate an event, even in dreams. I mean, I've had dreams where I've been crying in a dream, and I know that the 4D it's been mixed and done so that would happen. So they're addicted to doing that. They're also addicted to the adrenochrome, which is in the blood, which when you bring a human being to the highest state of fear that it can be in, the most extreme state of fear, a chemical is run through the body called adrenochrome. And if it's not a nice topic, but if the blood is then got from them at that point, that chemical adrenochrome is inside the blood. Yes. So you take that, and if that is consumed, the high from the adrenochrome is the highest high that you can get. So that is sold on the black market. It's Satanists sell it. So that's why they do those rituals. Yes, that's one of the reasons. Yeah.
I never heard the term loosh before, but I guess it's a term for me to remember when I think about all the bad things that's going on this planet that I feel like is by design to keep humans down. Because once the average human can rise up, they won't tolerate a lot of things anymore.
Singer Sammy Hagar is abducted by aliens and then creates a song about 2025 and open disclosure. Now, this story is fascinating to me So in 1964, Sammy Hagar claims that he was abducted by aliens and they gave him certain downloads and stuff like that. And then in 1977, he created a song called Crack in the World that actually talks about 2025 and stuff like that. Actually, let's take a listen to his interview with Howard Stern.
Were you visited by aliens as well?
Yeah, and I had a UFO experience, and that was in 67, 68.
And you weren't high or anything?
No, I didn't do drugs. I didn't even drink back then.
And who visited?
They just randomly picked me, and I woke up while they were doing it. I'm going, what the fuck's going on? My room was white. I mean, I was like, I couldn't see anything. It was a complete whiteout. I laid there, couldn't move. All of a sudden, they said in another language, just telepathy, this is done, you know, he's waking up or whatever, and they yelled a numerical code that was obviously, you know, like your passcode to get into your shit, you know, yeah. And boom, it was almost like a wire in the air, and I woke up and it was black, and I was shaking and I couldn't move.
And when you when you tell that story, guys like Jason look at you like you're crazy. He's back there making hand signals like cuckoo.
He's jealous.
He's jealous. Aren't you jealous?
I've never heard that story yet.
Well, he's been visited. Why him?
I don't know. There wasn't physical. It was from a distance. They programmed into me. They like, you know, they wireless.
Do you think they programmed that you would one day be the lead singer of a band?
No. I think that opened my mind. It was like a big acid trip, brother.
So he claims that these aliens gave him downloads and stuff, which is very interesting. But in 1977, he created this song. It's called Crack in the World. But just listen to the lyrics here.
Just 50 more years.
I do, you know, rituals, but that's not a negative thing.
They'll wrung the blood out, half filled 4 glasses with cobra blood. Drinking the cobra blood is called becoming brother to the snake.
It would be all the baby blood. I don't feel like I do look that young, but if I did, it would be old.
We kind of signed our life away to each other, and legally, and with blood, that there's no possible way anybody can separate or walk away from.
I know there's going to be so many quick to defend them, like, oh, it's only a joke, it's said in jest. In what situation is that ever funny, to make jokes about things like these, when they have literally happened? But when you really peel the layers back and you go down the rabbit hole, you'll realize that they literally have to tell you these things because they believe if they don't tell you, then there's karmic retribution involved. But by telling you and passing it off just as comedy or whatnot, they believe they won't receive any karmic retribution for these actions.
We're all loose! Contain the area!
Emerging from a box labelled live animals and setting off alarm bells with US police, 6 lab monkeys have been let loose after a truck crash in Mississippi. The primates potentially infected with COVID, hepatitis C and herpes. The monkeys were being transported from a university in Louisiana, later assuring the public the animals were not infectious.
We got 21 monkeys that was on this, got 5 of them on the run.
Video showing several monkeys crawling in the grass. Heavily armed officers responding to the scene. Authorities say a truck carrying nearly 24 rhesus monkeys from Tulane University overturned on Interstate 59 in Jasper County.
Here's one of the monkeys right here. There's one sitting right there.
At least 6 monkeys escaping. Officials warning they might be aggressive towards people and were potentially infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID.
They may have to neutralize something out here in a minute.
And late today, police confirming all but one of the escaped monkeys have been euthanized for public safety reasons, adding they're still actively searching for that one monkey still on the loose.
Could you imagine going outside and there's a monkey out of nowhere and it bites you and they give you all that or lick you or whatever? Were they doing experiments on it or something? How else do monkeys get all those diseases? They probably was doing experiments on it, which is kind of messed up but understandable.
How do you hear me speak?
We realized through the evidence we got through the research that we were literally chasing consciousness.
Who am I speaking to?
I was a complete skeptic most of my life, but when she got the stuff here, those voices are there. They will answer questions. This is studyable.
It's working. Can you please try to communicate with us?
The hurricane that just hit Jamaica does not sit right with me. This wasn't just some regular storm. This was the strongest hurricane ever recorded in the history of Jamaica, with winds reaching up to 185 miles per hour. This is also the strongest hurricane in the world in 2025. About 77% of the island's electricity has lost power. People are stranded on top of rooftops, and lives have been lost. But this is where it gets strange. On Jamaica's own government website, they outline something called Vision 2030 Jamaica. This is a national plan directly tied to the UN's 2030 agenda, and one of its core goals, sustainable smart cities. Now call me crazy, but what faster way to speed that up than completely wiping out old infrastructure and rebuilding from scratch? Is this coincidence or is this convenience? And it gets even weirder. Meteorologists and hurricane hunter crews literally flew into the eye of the storm. And take a look at some of this footage. Some people even called it unreal. Maybe it is unreal. And it's not just Jamaica. Los Angeles, also part of the 2030 agenda, faced some of the worst wildfires in its history. Now, I know this is speculation, a little bit of conspiracy, but what I do know is that this does not sit right with me.
Most scientists will say, oh, it's just climate change and things like that. And maybe that's true, but you can't deny that the government and other entities definitely have the power to manipulate weather. We've seen it before. And these storms in the past, even like 15 months they've been breaking records. They've been very intense. I even had a video about it back in April. It's crazy what's going on with our planet right now. And the smart city thing, that's like the 4th time we've heard this on this channel. So somebody is trying to make these smart cities. It do makes I hate to say it do make sense that wiping out all the old infrastructure would be a lot easier than destroying it our own human ways when Mother Nature could just do it for us. But it's really messed up because it's messing up people's homes. Also, some people could own those homes and maybe even try to negotiate with these developers, which we've heard before, especially in the United States. And then the people say, no, I don't want to sell my home, whatever. And then all of a sudden something happened to them. So that could be that too.
Bill Gates just shocked everyone after making a claim about climate change that no one expected. You see, yesterday he published a long essay titled 3 Tough Truths About Climate, in which he stated, as truth 1, that climate change will not lead to humanity's demise, and that people will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future. In truth 2, he said that sometimes human welfare takes a backseat to lowering emissions with bad consequences, and that because of this, resources need to be shifted away from the battle against climate change and focused towards preventing disease and hunger because, quote, climate change is not the biggest threat to the lives and livelihoods of people in poor countries, and it won't be in the future. And as part of his 3rd and final truth, he said that he wished that there was enough money to fund every climate change idea, but there isn't. And that up until this point, too much good money has been put into expensive and questionable efforts, ultimately claiming that money spent on health and prosperity is our best defense against climate change. But the reason this is so significant is because of the influence Bill Gates has in the climate sector. So when he makes recommendations like this, people in positions of power and the ability to do things tend to listen to him. So will this trigger a shift away from climate funding? Will this have an impact on how activists speak about climate change? Or will this ultimately just get brushed off and debunked?
When it comes to diseases should be taken care of first, then climate change, I don't think he's doing any of this stuff because, oh, he's a good person, he's a good saint. No, he's doing it for bad reasons. So take what he says with a grain of salt. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe climate change is the most important thing that we should be dealing with and not diseases. But like I said, I personally would say that, yeah, diseases in poor countries should get eradicated first, because that's kind of the thing that's wiping humans out. No matter how good or bad your immune system is these old or preventable diseases that they don't have enough sanitation and things like that to deal with, and then they can spread and reach other parts of the planet. But personally, at the end of the day, don't believe a word Bill Gates got to say.
What do you guys think they got going on in the desert, y'all? What does this look like? Is that one of those? Is that? Y'all see that? What is that beam that's coming out of it? You guys guys can clearly see some type of beam coming out of this thing. This guy was patrolling. It seems as if he was camping out or patrolling out in the desert, and he looked up and he saw this UFO, or I don't know, military craft coming out of this underground silo, and then all of a sudden it was projecting some type of beam from it. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. This is the beam that this thing was projecting out of its belly.
After I'd gone into my tent for the night, in the early hours of the morning, they'd replaced the model that had been on the pole the night before with something different. This wasn't that thin triangle that I'd seen before. My tripod still had the night vision and spotting scope setup attached to it for my night viewing the night before, so I quickly grabbed my camera and shot handheld for the rest of this. Wow, it's hard to tell what that thing is at this distance.
Y'all, what is that beam? What is it doing? Why is it so concentrated? What is it doing? What is that? Do y'all think we might have something coming up next month because they got this going on in the desert? And what is that? Is that some type of abduction beam? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Y'all see it. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. That's crazy.
So while most of us were distracted with elections and the government shutdown, there is a major update to 3i Atlas. And what do I mean by that? NASA will be releasing images and data on 3i Atlas. In my last video where I updated you on 3i Atlas, I told you that Representative Anna Paulina Luna sent a letter to acting NASA Director Sean Duffy. And in that letter, she wanted Sean Duffy to get with NASA and release the images that they have and all information regarding 3i Atlas. And NASA responded to Representative Luna. In a statement she released on X, Anna Paulina Luna goes on to state, just had a good conversation with NASA regarding 3i Atlas. As soon as the government reopens, they'll be releasing images, data. Unfortunately, due to bureaucracy reasons, they cannot until then. So does this confirm that NASA acknowledges 3i Atlas and the strange activity of 3i Atlas? So I guess my question to you is, do you believe that NASA will release all the information they have on 3i Atlas, including images of 3i Atlas? Or is this just another stall tactic? And do you think they're actually hiding something? Do you still think we have something to be concerned about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I don't even know if we have anything to be concerned about at this point, because it seemed like nobody's paying attention to it anymore. Almost like it was just a distraction. Do I believe a word NASA say when they say they're going to release stuff? No way. No way. And like I said, in my opinion, even if it does land somewhere like on the moon or somewhere close by and people are observing it, for all we know, it could be some type of entity or something that is coming to visit, and they can't hide that fact. So they just telling us, you know, I mean, who knows at the end of the day? NASA lies about everything. So
I told you I was going to bring you to the underground caves, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass, oh, I got your ass. We got the fertility god. Yeah. We got some alien god. Fam. Underground tunnels. I told y'all. Look at this. They've just blocked that off. So they've blocked off all the windows. So this is like a church, isn't it? Man, I can see bare fairies. Jesus. Let me just get the word. What they call over there? What they call there? There's a whole world over here. That's what I'm saying. They was living under here. So at some point, they wasn't able to live on the surface. Look, you've even got bricks on the floor, bro. You've even got bricks on the floor. Look at the face. The face is there, bro.
I've learned from the shaman of the Yupik tribe who died recently. He claims that the whales have the knowledge of the human race dating back 450,000 years. They can actually call the cetaceans in. They'll come right up to the shoreline, and they can communicate with them telepathically. He had read that at one time there was an Aboriginal tribe on the south coast of Australia whose shaman had this capability, but according to the anthropologist, none of the tribe were still alive today. But he went there anyway to check it out. Thankfully, he found 20 members of the tribe still alive. Whenever they held a ceremony, the shaman would call the whales in through the tunnel, and they would come right into the lagoon, and then a UFO would come down and land, and the occupants would communicate with the shaman and with the whales. Also had a legend that one day all the shamans capable of communicating with cetaceans would come to their sacred lagoon and all commune together. Not too long ago, as they had a seismic upheaval, and the subterranean tunnel collapsed, so the whales can't come in anymore into the lagoon. But the interesting thing is, all 20 members of the tribe have a birthmark on their chest, and it's in the shape of a humpback whale. When he was down there, they had another small earthquake, and they had this huge sacred rock right on the edge of the lagoon. And during the quake, the rock split right down the middle. All the tribal members were petrified. They thought this was a terrible omen for them. They went up to the rock to look, and I've seen a photograph of this. The whole interior of the rock is white, except right in the middle there is a silhouette of a humpback whale. It's perfectly true. Last year, all the shamans gathered there, and he's making a documentary movie of it now.
Don't you think it is a little bizarre? They don't want us getting close to whales and dolphins. Some people do believe they can heal and have tons of information from thousands of years ago, and they actually can communicate with us very well. I mean, I'll never know because I don't like to go out in the ocean, but it would be pretty crazy if they were capable of doing that. And the government and stuff like that knew and didn't want us knowing because they could tell us certain things, maybe about things that they hide from us when it comes to human history and things like that. That's all the videos I have for the day. I know it's been a while. As I said in the earlier part of the video, I was feeling pretty down for like several days, and I was pretty busy too. But now we should be right back to be uploading regular schedule. So you'll be seeing me a lot more this month. So if you like the video, make sure you leave a like, a sub, and a comment. And as far as if you notice my voice, I'm thinking it's because it's hoarse because I have acid reflux, and now I have silent reflux, and I'm pretty sure acid is coming out my throat. I've been trying to do everything to prevent it. I've lost some weight. I've watched what I've been eating. Nothing acidic, nothing spicy, pretty much nothing that tastes good. And for some odd reason, it's still there. I get flare-ups every now and again, and hopefully it will go away. It's still better than the chest pain I used to get from acid reflux. I'll take this over the chest pain any day. But that's enough of me yapping about my personal life. Peace.
Yeah. They drain their victims. They get louder after sunset. The voices get louder when ignored. And that's one thing psychiatry said, oh, they're hallucination, just ignored them. I remember when the first time I checked that out, I was in the office with a psychiatrist who was seeing one of my patients. And he said, well, just ignore them, they're hallucinations. So a week later, I called this guy back and said, how's that going? He said, it's not. It doesn't work. They get louder when ignored. So I started asking other schizophrenics. They said the same thing. You can't ignore them. They get louder.
So, Jay, would that be like they're actually going after a pattern of almost like a frequency from us, like as in the main emotions like fear, guilt, shame? That's their food, and the more that they get, they're trying to raise that vibration, raise more of that energy. So this is where the voices come in. This is where they're trying to change us with our energy into that, so they can feed off of us. They can't survive on positive energy. Their frequency is very low. They're very dangerous. So that's why they put all that negative crap in your head. Now, another thing, they're not physical beings. They're energetic beings. They are energy. They have some level of intelligence. They're programmed to do this kind of stuff. Now, I had an example that I wanted to ask you about. I look at this as like we're almost like lighthouses of energy, and they see somebody with a depression or a negative aura field, and it's like for them it's like a lighthouse. Like they find you and then they stick with you.
Yeah, they're kind of like sharks that will attack the weakest
They know, they see it, they recognize.
They know, they see it. They'll attack the weakest of the bunch, the people who've been psychologically traumatized, sexually abused, mentally abused, physically abused. They go after them.
My own personal experience was after I had serious trauma in my childhood, where I started to have some of these issues and some of these problems. And then as I got older, certain substances like alcohol or other things would make them louder.
Yes.
And then bring in more. It seems as if that the more toxic the humanity is, the better for them. Is that fair to say?
Yep. And the prisons are full of the mentally ill now that they shut down all the state hospitals.
I want to share a story with you. I have a friend that I've known for a very long time. We went to high school together and we're still friends to this day. He has schizophrenia. We would be at his house chilling on a couch and he would tell me stories about this individual. We'll just call this person Jane. And ever since he met Jane, he would say things like, Jane is showing me things in my mind and telling me to do things. And that's why I'm acting the way I'm acting. And he was very aware of his schizophrenia. And it seemed like when he met Jane, that's when his life kind of started to fall apart. Now, I am not blaming Jane. I'm just giving you a picture that sometimes it is possible, according to what people with mental illness are saying, that it could be an outside force. Maybe it really is Jane and maybe she's doing something to him, or maybe it's some type of entity or something that is interfering and trying to get him to do things. I say that because we used to be in the house and he stayed in the basement when we was in high school and in college, and we'd be in there, playing Tekken, because I love Tekken. I'm sitting there, he's sitting there beating him up in the video games, but I'm pretty good at fighting games at this point. And he would just look at me and he would say, Jane is telling me XYZ, and that's why I did XYZ a year ago, and that's why I went to whatever, he had a court case and stuff for doing things that he didn't do, but he would say that person Jane made him do it. So while I'm sitting there playing the video game, I'm just thinking to myself, man, like, it's crazy how, like, ever since he met that person and another person came into the house he was currently living in, that's when things started to go downhill. Now, the funny thing is, one day we were sitting there talking and I told him, hey, maybe you should move out. And he did move out. He eventually moved out into an apartment. And when I was helping him move into an apartment, he actually did seem to be better. And I would come and visit. He seemed better. But unfortunately, he had to go back to his parents' house. And then ever since that day, we haven't really talked like that anymore because he doesn't pick up the phone. Maybe he watching, who knows? But the point I'm trying to make is the house has weird energy. I always felt weird energy. I would come in the house. If I wasn't in the basement, which he always cleaned up, the first and second floor always seemed a little cluttered. And I would walk in the house and I would see the clutter and I would just feel weird energy. And if you go higher up in the house, which is the second floor, I went up there once when I was a teenager and I was never going to be there ever again, because there's just the energy in that house, especially on the second floor, was just so tainted. Like, you almost feel like it's kind of influencing you. Now, I'm not justifying some of the things this person have done. I'm just saying that I do believe energy outside of your own source can try to influence you. If you ever experience something like that, leave a comment below and let me know.
Have you guys seen this 60-minute interview with financial journalist Andrew Sorkin? These two people go into detail about how we're getting ready to see a crash very soon, but they don't explain when or how fast it's going to happen. But I want you to pay attention to the details, y'all. Pay attention. Check this out.
Do you think that we will have a crash or not?
The answer is we will have a crash. I just can't tell you when, and I can't tell you how deep. But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
I know you guys see it. And I know there's no way in hell that lady that's sitting right across from him did not see it. And then she proceeds with the interview. She proceeds to ask him that question. And there was a little lag. Maybe she was trying to tell him about it, but why would they continue the interview? Do y'all see that? And then even her, she doesn't look normal either. Is it me? Or does this lady look like some type of gray? Do you guys see the resemblance over here? Look at this, y'all. And they told us, right, these gray beings were created by the reptilian beings as stewards. Like, they're the ones that go and do the dirty work for the reptilians.
Do I believe reptilians exist? It's possible. I'm not 100% convinced. I believe that it wouldn't be a shapeshifter like we saw, that they would be using hallucinations on you for you to think they look a certain way. But it is funny they just throw it in front of our faces like that. As far as that financial person, look, why would he be sad that a recession was coming? Whenever that interview came out, he should be happy. Rich people love when a recession comes because they can just gobble everything up, right? And there's no way he, a financial advisor, he ain't making six figures. He definitely making six figures, $millions a year. So he get to gobble that all up. But, everyday folks like us, it hurt us more. Inflation hurt us more than it hurts people with money. Because you got to think, if you are making more money than inflation, your money kind of grows faster. I feel like I could be wrong. Let me know. I don't know much about money. Obviously, I'm no expert.
Urban explorer Christopher Hill explores an abandoned school and encounters something pretty creepy. The school closed down in 2011 after being deemed unsafe due to structural damage. It's been 10 years and not a single soul is in sight, or so it seems. There's something ominous about this place, and it seems that someone or something is watching Chris. He's exploring the place when the following happens. Be sure to pay close attention or you'll miss it. As Chris walks down the hallway, we can see a row of lockers, some of which are open. But when Chris walks out of the room, all the lockers are now closed. As if that wasn't creepy enough, Chris is exploring another part of the building when the following happens.
See that? What? Yo.
Chris sees what appears to be a glowing light. Now, it could be that he saw an animal as opposed to seeing something else. Yet viewers think that this might be something ghostly. However, I can't explain the lockers that seemingly closed by themselves. It was after Chris had seen the footage that he noticed. But this wasn't the only thing he missed. During his exploration, Chris had checked out an auditorium. There was something in there that he didn't see. Look very closely, or you'll miss this one for sure.
Already been in here.
There appears to be someone sitting down in one of the seats. Perhaps this might have been a squatter, but viewers seem to think it was an apparition. Chris was definitely creeped out when he saw this. It's not certain if he'll be coming back to this place, but after seeing this, it seems likely that he won't. Who knows what's hiding inside this place?
You Ethiopian Orthodox Jew. Ain't nobody do it like you. Just to get to church, you've got to climb 8,000 feet. It doesn't matter if you can't climb, it's prayer time. So the mainstream narrative says that this church has been made from a cave out of a mountain. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. What you're looking at. somebody got smoked. Maybe at one point, this was ground level. But when you look inside, what do you see? The apostles, with afros and everything better. So for the people that don't know anything about the Ethiopian Orthodox Jews, I'd advise you to find out more. Because as you know, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Who is the creator of the simulation?
Some people say it's aliens. There was a professor at Oxford who wrote a paper about this back in 2003 named Nick Bostrom, and he thinks it's future versions of ourselves. So he thinks we're in what we'd call an ancestor simulation. Like if we created a game of ancient Rome, they would be like our ancestors in a way. There are others who say it's God or pure consciousness outside of the matrix. So all the religions, not just any specific religion, but pretty much all of them have been telling us that the physical world is not the real world, that there's another world out there beyond this. And so that's yet another theory of what's outside.
Do you believe this is probable, possible?
I believe it's probable, like more than a 50% chance that we are inside some type of...
One of the most fascinating things to me about simulation theory is the evidence of code within our universe. The very core of all computers and processors, they store all information in a simple 1 or 0 system. This is called binary. Think of it like an on-off switch. 1 is on, 0 is off. Now you might think to yourself, well, programmers don't write in 1s and 0s. No, they don't. They write in simplified languages, but the computer translates that information to binary. Here's my username in binary. All of the information, all of it, on the vast internet is reduced to 1s and 0s. What is extremely fascinating to me is across the spectrum of spirituality, they talk about duality. What's fascinating to me is when you look at the duality of like reproductive organs, it's a 1 and a 0. This is why it's often referred to as binary versus like non-binary. What's fascinating is all of these 1s and 0s, they make everything, pictures, sounds. This is the very famous physicist John Wheeler. He constructed a theory that he calls it from bit, where everything in the visible universe contains this information of 1s and 0s, the on-off switch, and from that reality is constructed. When I say everything, I mean everything, from the smallest little particle to entire galaxies and their construction. Wheeler proposed that physical reality is not fundamental, but rather that we create everything we observe. This means that information that exists all around us is more fundamental than physical matter. Essentially meaning a coder created The Sims. That language, that code was translated into 0s and 1s, and it created the reality that The Sims exist in. They became conscious and started looking around using science, mathematics, spirituality, all these different vehicles to learn and explain their reality. You would see the evidence of the 0s and the 1s in the coding, because that is the true existence. What they perceive is just a manifestation of that coding. If you're not new to my channel, you know that I love spirituality, shamanism, esoteric knowledge. And what's wild to me is when you look at the world's religions, belief systems, it's crazy because a lot of the thought leaders in all these different sectors, their messaging could be translated as evidence that we live in a simulation.
Listen, this is going to sound pretty cynical, but I'm not a big fan of simulation theories because even if it's true, it's kind of like flat earth to me. Even if it's true, what am I going to do about it? And then one could say, well, maybe you could learn how to manipulate the code. I think that's true. If you use your intention and manifest things and pray, they kind of go hand in hand. You know, you pray, but you still have the intention of getting whatever you want or what you don't want to happen. The problem is, it's a delay in that. There's no way you could pray or use your intention to have positive thoughts and something instantly happen. It just doesn't happen. Maybe that's by design. But it's just like, the problem I have with if we are in a simulation, we can't get out of it. And my question is, if you do get out of it, the books say, yeah, if you was a good person, you go somewhere good. If you're a bad person, you go somewhere bad. Long story short. But I feel like this place ain't that good to begin with. And it's mainly because of other people that are in control. I mean, it's a shame that you really have to sit here and enjoy the good times that you have, because you really don't know when things will just go downhill so fast. And sometimes it's not even a sudden downhill. It could just be like things are just not as good as they were before. You know, And most of the time, it's because of greed. I'll give you a perfect example. I love video games. It is my favorite hobby. It's been my favorite hobby since I was a kid. The only hobby that ever came close to it when I was younger was martial arts. Nowadays, I don't do martial arts, so I love fighting games. But here's the thing. Every fighting game, for example, is worse than what it was a decade ago because of corporate greed. They want to cater to a bigger audience. And by doing that, they destroy the identity of each character in a fighting game because they're trying to balance it to make the character perfect. But why should a fighting game character be perfect? It kind of ruins their identity. And that's the reason why you pick the character up, because you like their identity. Maybe they use counter hits. Maybe they're a defensive character. Maybe they're really offensive. You know? So that's a perfect example of I feel like just things just get worse. I mean, even movies are worse than what they were 10 years ago, in my opinion. If you got any good movies, let me know, because TV shows and streaming and stuff, I don't watch any of that stuff because most of the stuff is boring. And no, it's not me, because I can go back and do other stuff. They can remake games and I have just as much fun as I had now that I had when they came out in 2003. So I don't think it's me. As every now and again you get lucky and a video game comes out and it's just mind blowing, like Expedition 33 and Elden Ring. I'm yapping too much. I'm sorry. I get very passionate about certain things, but the point I'm trying to make is it just seems like it's a bunch of bad stuff, and then you get like a little bit of good stuff, and then there's a bunch of bad stuff again, or not even bad. That's kind of, it's not bad. It's just kind of meh. So you really gotta appreciate the happy times, because you really don't know when you're in them. Like, I look back at certain times of my life and I'm like, man, that was a really good time. I just wish I knew at the time that it was a good time. But anyway, like I said, that's just me yapping too much. Sorry about that. That's it for all the videos I have today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and a sub. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
So we all just got woken up to some disturbing sound all through the whole area. I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it.
There's a reason the government's favorite tech company is named after a dark magic seeing stone from Lord of the Rings. It's called Palantir, and its mission is to connect every piece of data about you into one master file for the government. Their software, called Gotham, takes all the scattered pieces of your life, your driver's license, your social media, your location history, even your private messages if subpoenaed, and transforms it into a single searchable web. The US has spent over $1.9 billion on it. The Department of Defense uses it. The IRS uses it to hunt down taxpayers. They can build a detailed profile on you based on anything, from your immigration status to the tattoos on your body. And because the algorithm is a secret, they can flag you as a security risk and you'll never know why. The company's own CTO said their goal is to become the US government's central operating system.
You know, I just finished watching Black Mirror not too long ago, and it was literally an episode about that. I'm not going to spoil it just in case you watched it, but when he says central operating system, I'm like, where did I hear that from? It was literally from Black Mirror when they captured this guy who did something like 20, 30 years ago, but he wanted to be caught. And they talked about the central system and stuff. They'll try to say they use it for national security, but I think it's really just about control.
All right, guys, so I work at this old theater and been hearing a noise. It's a really beautiful theater, as you can see, if you can see it at all. But I keep hearing a noise in here, and there's not supposed to be anybody here, so just double checking, but I wanted to film it just in case. There's the ghost light. It's a light we keep on for ghosts, for people who still remain here and whatnot. And what the fuck? What is that? Hold on, let me get a better look. Oh shit. Alright guys.
If you're enjoying content like this, I make several videos out of the week. It would be so cool if you hit the sub button and join me on my next video.
Here is the inventor, Daniel, and here are some of his photos. This one looks very much like an alien gray, maybe because it's gray, for instance. I'm not too sure. But this one looks rather bizarre. It looks something that belongs in a sci-fi movie. And this one kind of gives me Prometheus vibes going on right here. But for those looking at these photos, what are your thoughts on this? And we can discuss that before we continue. This one, we got the fire entity going on right here. Angel type entity. If people had this technology in hand, I mean, these would look slightly terrifying if you're looking at these, but if people had this technology in hand, would they reconsider what ghosts are, where maybe they could be these multi-dimensional entities instead?
That's what I think. I think they're multi-dimensional entities, and I think we just can't see them with the naked eye. Humans are practically blind when it comes to the light spectrum anyway, so it could be there. It could be right next to you, and maybe that's why you feel like something watching you, because something is.
You want to take a quick break from all the 3i Atlas videos in your feed right now? Good. This video is for you. I'm personally a little bit burned out on that, so let's take a quick break and talk about a video that's been causing quite a stir the last couple days. So check this out. This is an alleged video of a gray alien appearing in someone's house. If you haven't seen it yet, it's from a guy that goes by Juanito Juan, and he was apparently live streaming from his home in Mexico when this thing, this being, seems to appear. Almost kind of manifests. Some people say it's wearing some sort of cloaking suit, because if you look, you can see the outline of the body, but you can almost see through it in a way, kind of. So it's interesting. Now, Juanito Juan is not new to this. He's been posting videos like this for several years. Orbs that seem to make their way into his house, strange lights, and what he claims are visitations. Some people swear by this guy. Others say that it's been a clever hoax. You know, what does make this clip kind of stand out is that there are two different camera angles showing the same figure manifesting. That's, you know, one interesting point to it. But personally, I am skeptical. The lighting, the reflections, and the absolute stillness makes it a bit suspect for me. But there's something undeniably eerie about how it does look. Anyway, if it's real, then we're looking at one of the strangest pieces of alleged alien footage in a while. But I'm curious, what do you think? Is it someone in a green suit and a mask, or a mannequin of sorts, or did he actually catch something non-human manifesting in his living room? Any of you who have had your own experiences, I'm very curious. Does this line up? Could it be some sort of 4D hologram projection of the being? I mean, there's a million theories that we could go through, but let me know. What do you think?
I'm skeptical myself, but personally, if something like that showed up in my house, I'm probably going to faint, because I have a huge fear of gray aliens since my childhood, because I used to stay up late at night and I used to see the stuff as a kid on TV and used to scare the crap out of me. So yeah, no thank you.
If you couldn't sleep last night, or you're waking up drenched in sweat, having crazy dreams, waking up every hour, this is a sign that your body is adjusting to the new frequency. The Schumann resonance spiked again last night, which is just the vibration of the earth. So when it spikes, it's like an opportunity for us to raise our frequency. Not everybody is going to make the shift. Those of us that are in tune with negativity are just going to evolve with that frequency. And those people are probably not feeling any symptoms, because they're not expanding their consciousness. We are extensions of the earth, so when the earth's frequency rises, we are going to feel it, but it's not like everybody is going to evolve with it. It's an opportunity for us to evolve. And if you're feeling the symptoms and you're in tune with this information, you are shifting. Otherwise, you would not be seeing this. So rather than feeling like you're on the wrong path or you're going crazy, understand that you're just shifting to a higher frequency and entering a new timeline, a higher timeline.
I usually don't believe in stuff like that, but around those dates, I definitely was feeling that way. The best way I can describe it was low energy, but also feeling nothing, almost like indifferent towards everything. I wasn't really feeling all that good for the past 5 or 6 days, so might be on something. Maybe something did shift.
This video shows popular streamer Jimena almost get trafficked.
Why is your things up?
Okay, so she's live, okay?
What the fuck? Wait.
You can literally see it in her face the moment she realizes something's wrong.
No. Wait, I'm gonna drive off. Bitch, drive. What the fuck? Bro. That's a wave.
Look,
That's
you see?
a wave for fucking
Pause
sex
it.
trafficking.
You see her windshield wipers are up. The thing that's crazy is that we literally made that video about signs. What they do is they lift your windshield wipers off of the windshield in order to get you to get out of the car and go and fix them. That's when you're vulnerable. Okay, now I want you to keep watching and pay attention.
That's a way for you to get out the car and fix that shit and someone stab me under the fucking car. Oh,
Did you see that?
no.
Look,
Wait,
look,
no,
look.
no, no.
Did you see the shadow next to the car? Okay, look, you see it? You see the shadow move?
Oh, hell no.
That's
Wait,
crazy,
no,
huh?
no, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
How does Walmart know where I was 2 days ago? I got an email from Walmart that was like, hey, were you at this location 2 days, like this Walmart 2 days ago? And I may have been. I'm not going to say whether I was or not, because apparently they're watching my every move. But I didn't make any purchases at that Walmart on that date. And I made no Walmart purchases at all at any Walmart on that date. I may have been in a Walmart location. I may have been in a Walmart store. I may have gone looking for apple cider because my whole family is sick and we wanted a little warm apple cider because that's a nice little treat when you're sick, because you can't do hot cocoa because it messes with the sinuses and the milk makes everything worse, right? I may have gone looking for apple cider only to find that they were fresh out of apple cider at a particular Walmart location, but I didn't buy anything and I didn't sign in anywhere. So how the hell does Walmart know where I was?
Simple. Probably Google GPS. Maybe you had your location on, and sometimes it will put a pin saying where you were at. I had to turn mine off. But regardless, you are being watched at all times as long as you're using technology. And heck, even if you're not using technology nowadays, when we saw in the previous video, you're pretty much always being watched, which is very eerie and disturbing to me.